Hello everybody, my name is TheIronNoodle, and today I am addressing a problem with Overwatch and its memory leaks. So basically what the game does is it slowly ramps up on how much RAM it's taking until it gets to around 12 gigs for me out of 32, and then you play a few matches or whatever and it'll crash. How I figured out exactly what was crashing my computer is I looked through the last month of data that my computer's been crashing with. It shows GPU timeouts, but the main thing is that it's actually showing that Overwatch itself is trying to reserve too much RAM. So I've done a bunch of basic deductibles, right? So I turned off all of my stuff in my startup folder, right? So the things that I have open now are because, well, I told them to be open. Like in this case, I'm going to re-enable a few of these because, I kind of want them, right? Another thing that I did was I disabled anything that was hooking into Overwatch. So what that means is any overlay or anything that would affect Overwatch externally, such as Steam, Discord, anything like that, I disabled it for testing purposes. The memory leak remained. So those are null and void. Oh yeah, so you notice how it's at 5,000. We're already at 8 gigabytes on the home, so that's half of somebody's computer. And the other half would be Windows, because Windows requires 8 gigabytes now. Well, it actually requires like 5, but you know what I mean. So you can see we're already up to 11 gigabytes. We're almost to the peak where it'll stop. So at 12 gigabytes for me, it stopped. And I don't know why. I hadn't figured that out yet. Well, we got some improvement. It stops at 11 now. So, I did some research on this as well in the gaming section. Mind you, everything is disabled, okay? I have reset the render the shader cache. I've done my due diligence in there, alright? A DDU install was done on this computer whenever I upgraded, by the way. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. So we're up to 11.310, and it's just sitting steady. Alright, this is the first time that's actually come down. So we see 11.310. Alright, cool. Let's see what settings we can fuck with. Okay, so here's the goal. I've seen a couple different posts on this, and I tried this before I did all these other fixes. They're recommending AMD FSR 2.2. Some people are having good luck with it, and DirectX 12 for whatever reason, which I find ridiculous because it's in beta. And then the render scale on custom, you gotta limit your frames. 142, sure. Okay, show frame rate, sure, yeah, that's fine. Sure, show my VRAM usage, why not? Maybe we can find another leak. Okay, so we're gonna notice that Overwatch sits at 10K. Even when closing, and you're going to notice something very interesting. So look at how it's at 64%. You notice how it's not clearing the RAM. The game is closed. It is slowly deteriorating off the RAM. And then it's gone. It's really weird. See, I've closed the game before, opened up another one, and Overwatch will hold its RAM. It will not release the RAM. And that's what's causing crashes on other games right now. I could be mistaken, but it's only after I play Overwatch that I crash in other games. It's had a shit ton of time. We're chilling. Now, as a test, okay. Ew! Drives! Alright, anyway. Here we go, sure, whatever.
Welcome to Malevento.
Okay, so I think I've displayed enough time. I've played an entire round of this. So that's been a lot of basically entities and their abilities get loaded whenever they're used in Overwatch. It's really weird. But you see we're up to 6,000 or whatever, 6,500. So what's supposed to happen, right, is whenever you leave a game, it is supposed to drop down significantly. If it doesn't, you may still have a memory leak. And you see that it actually did drop down. So before, if we did it, and let's go ahead and try to replicate the issue, what I'll do is I will change this back to DirectX 11. I will apply, restart my game, and let's see if that's just the problem. That may be it. That may just be it. Okay, we're here on the dashboard. Oh my god, look at that. That's crazy. It's literally just DirectX 11 to 12. By the way, 12 is less stable. This is some bullshit is what it is. That's ridiculous. You have a memory leak in the DirectX 11 for your game. And mind you, there's been reports of this since last month in the official Blizzard list. Nobody has done anything about it. Nobody. What I will say, the two top comments in that thread were DirectX 12, which I didn't want to do. I wanted to do every other avenue before I did this, and to do AMD FSR 2.2 and leave it on image sharpening 0.25. Those were the two top comments that actually like had real replies. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Happy Overwatch gaming.